Right. This is going to be a bit of a weird one. I've no idea what I'm doing, but I'm going to do my best. And yeah, let's see how it goes. So I just wanted to start off with something really, really beautiful by the wonderful Marquis Smith, who, yeah, total genius. Miss him very much. And it's the line purchased. Purchased a pair of flabby wings. I took to doing some hovering. Here is a list of incorrect things. So basically, that's what I'm going to do now. I haven't purchased a pair of flabby wings, but I'm kind of borrowing a pair because I wanna kind of lift us up a little bit because we're all living in a weird time. We all know it's kicking off, and we're in that like Christopher Isherwood moments, like in Berlin, where everyone in the Kit Kat club where they're all dancing and having fun, and the cabaret's full on, but they can hear the stuff outside, and that's where we are. We can hear the stuff outside. And well, it's unsettling and it's scary, and we've got to find ways to get the best to get through it. And that's one good thing about being a musician is we're used to getting through hard times. We know about tough times. The ones like me who who struggle. So and we're used to being around freaks, people who are completely invisible. No one knows about them, and yeah, they're a genius in their own right, doing amazing things, finding ways of surviving and getting through life. Um, uh, and no one actually realizing it. But one of the great things about when you're a musician and you're around these people like me, I do realize it and I do see it because it's a sheer hidden talent that all of us have. It's just that it's not really talked about because don't really know. It's not reality enough. It's kind of hidden, and so so basically, what I want to do is kind of talk about things where um, we've all been in difficult situations, and we all find ways of getting through them. And how on earth do we do it? We don't know. We just find ways to get through it. And so, what this podcast, I'm going to call it. Um, I've forgotten what I'm going to call it now. Shows you how professional I am. Pigeon Holes, Punks, Poetry, and the Machine of Distraction. Bloody hell, that was a mouthful, wasn't it? Anyway, that's what it's called. And what what I'm trying to do is to kind of bring to your attention the sort of the idea that we can get through this. So this is going to be like a warm corner, a kind of a sort of a silent space where we can where where we can be weird and be scared, but and we can hear the stuff outside that's going on that's full on scary, but we can find a way to like sort of feel better and get distracted because distraction is an important thing. It helps you survive. Basically, it's that simple. So yeah, that's the basic groove and the basic feel and vibe, and I'll do my very best. So the first thing I want to talk about is like Colin Wilson, who changed my life when I read his book. What was it called? The Outsider. Big book for me. Totally resonated with me. All the people he was interested in, I was interested in. And what was mega about Colin Wilson was he just oozed enthusiasm. He just oozed kind of raw energy and never tired out. I mean, the man was insatiable with his knowledge and his desire to know stuff and find stuff out. But he was also really, I was very lucky lucky enough to actually speak to him via email now and again later on in his life. And he was a very beautiful, kind, warm, loving man. And yeah, very, very, very special and hugely underrated, in my opinion. Someone who had a massive effect on my life, and simply for one simple idea he came up with, which is Faculty X. And that's the idea that, like, so when you go through really difficult moments, like really almost life and death moments, you suddenly grasp the true meaning in life and the true beauty in life. So it's kind of like you hit the biggest brick wall that you've ever hit in your life, and somehow you then realize, oh, look at how special life is, how brilliant and how beautiful it is, and outside of time and space it is. And that's what he did with Faculty X. And he taught me that, because I was reading all the same people that he was reading and getting depressed as hell, because they're all, you know, it's all like Kafka and all these people. They had hard lives. Kafka was dead funny, actually, but a lot of them, they struggled, and the existentialist idea and the grim and miserable and blah 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 rain, full on Joy Division, and on a rainy Manchester or rainy Liverpool, full on misery, skint, cold, hungry. Nuss Hampson, another book I love by Hunger, just a great. Anyway, all miserable stuff. But Colin Wilson taught me the secret that, like, in that there's actually a doorway out. There's a doorway out to being joyful, happy, and positive, and moving and getting stuff done, and sort of coping with things. A genius coping strategy that no one really speaks about, and they should do, really, in my opinion. But anyway, whatever. So yeah, Colin Wilson talked about the moments of intense aliveness and joy that come about through hitting the biggest brick wall you've ever hit in your life. Doesn't make sense, I know, but trust me, it's there, because I've been there. And it's a hidden talent within all of us that enables us to step outside the reality, and everyone kicking off and everyone being mental. It allows us to step outside of it all and find the positive and the peace and calm in our own little way that suits us and works for us. So that's the first thing I wanted to bring up. The second thing is more difficult for me because I can't say his name. So it's it's Chicks. I can't say his name. Csikszentmihalyi. I don't know how to say his name. I think he's Hungarian Czech, and he wrote this book about flow. And what was brilliant about him is, so we all know that everything is broken already. Everything is messed up. We're all skint. We're all, got a lot of pressure on. A lot of us are struggling, not knowing whether we're going to keep our jobs, keep our livelihood, keep our wives, keep our husbands. Do you know what I mean? We're all just one or two steps away from being homeless or being from absolute, in dire straits, really. So we know that everything is broken. But what Csikszentmihalyi or whatever his name is, I don't know. I will write his name down underneath this podcast when I get it out there. But he said, don't try and fix it. Don't try and fix it. You can't fix it. A lot of problems are unsolvable. They cannot be dealt with, especially in the immediate here and now. So just focus on what you can, what puts a smile on your face and what works for you in spite of the stuff going on. Again, it's the same idea. And so what he sort of would talk about is that, like, by going for a walk and just getting outside of the time and the space, and just daydreaming about the things that really put a smile on your face, and that make you happy, and um, uh, connect, that you can connect with. And he talks about people who are working in a factory, and and people would say, well, surely that's dead boring. And they'd say, well, no, because when I'm doing the job, I think about really lovely things that mean a lot to me, like just spending some time with my dog, or with my child, or something. And so that's that sort of ability to just kind of like access that level of flow, and that escaped reality, if you like, is really important, because it helps you, again, get through, instead of like um, responding to the immediate stress and problem that possibly cannot be dealt with. Just breathe, get calm, and think about really something that does work for you, that does get you in that positive space. And it's called flow. And I will do is I'll write out his. I even have difficulty spelling his name, but I definitely cannot say it. But he basically talks about when we get absorbed and when we get connected, we can access this aliveness and this joy in amongst all the misery and grimness and sort of Dickens like reality, pure EastEnders, full on grim, grim, grim. So when I talked about before about Marky Smith, when he said purchased a pair of flabby wings, that's one of the great things about music. It can put a smile on your face just because it reminds you about the weirdos. Well, for me, that's what makes me happy. So if I like when I listen to Captain Beefheart, it makes me feel good, really, because it's I know people like that, and he makes me feel like sort of comfortable that they're still around. Not that he is, but do you know what I mean? Arty weirdos who just don't really fit in with the modern sort of because everyone tries to fit in, and a lot of people are dead good at it. I can't even try, and I don't even bother, because it's too big a step for me. So I just stay in my little happy space, and I just make music that means something to me. And I just do what I do because it's who I am, and it's what makes me happy while I'm here. When everything is hectic and it gets too stressful for me, I will just switch off and try and listen to some beautiful music like Gymnopédies by Satie. Or, well, there's just tons of things. Like, for example, everyone's got manifestos left, right, and centre. Manifestos are getting thrown at us all day long. And for me, one of the great manifestos, as far as I'm concerned, is the tune by Roxy Music. I mean, it's a breath of fresh air. As soon as I hear it, I'm out. I'm out of reality. I'm not there. The same with The Light Pours Out of Me by Magazine. Howard Devoto meant so much to me, as still does. I'd come home from school and I would put that Real Life album on, and it would just basically, when I was struggling, I was in a difficult place. As soon as I could put The Light Pours Out of Me, soon as I could hear that, everything felt good. Or the Song for Guy by Elton John. I wore out the grooves on the 7-inch. What a tune. What a tune. And when you hear him say at the end, where he has, he's not even got a mic up to his voice, he's just saying, life isn't, life isn't everything. It's just absolutely beautiful. And, for someone like such a genius like Elton John to sort of, you can feel that he's really in a difficult place. And somehow with the Faculty X, he came out of it and made Song for Guy something truly beautiful, truly painful, admittedly, but a positive, a calm, beautiful positive out of a terrible experience that he was going through. So, so I think I've said enough now. I've gone on a bit because that's what people like me do. Go on a bit. I hope I haven't bored you too much. And with the next one, I'm going to try. I want to talk about confidence, because confidence is then really important in life, and a lot of us haven't got any. And only people, a lot of the main people who know about confidence are the ones who've gained it after not having it. And so, yeah. So let me know if you could, it would be lovely if you could let me know what are the things, what are your places of refuge when everything's kicking off outside? What are the moments that in music, art, literature, that kind of calms you down and makes you sort of get back to you and feel good in spite of all the carnage that's going on outside? That would be lovely if you could share that with me, if it's not too personal for you. Right, thank you. So this was Pigeon Holes, Punks, Poetry, and I've forgotten what's the end bit. The thing of the machine of distraction. I'm so professional. Have a lovely day. Stay enthusiastic. Stay calm, and hopefully see you next time. Bye.